Hello guys, my lamb chops was delicious, magically delicious. So I got the prom dress assembled together. I have the mermaid piece onto the bottom. The last thing I have to do is glue the stones back onto the dress, and then there's shoulder pads that she's gonna have me to do. So we'll revisit that. So I'm working on, I've been crazy about big hats, okay? So now I'm working on this hat, okay? So I'm putting this hat together. So it's going to be a really big hat. So I got so much stiffener and stuff on it because I want the hat to be able to flex and do many different things, okay? So you can do it like this, you could do it like that. And how I was able to achieve that, I did a lot of interfacing over and over again, just layering it with interfacing. So now I am about to close it up. I was trying to find the pins. Okay, I'll start from, it's on this side. So I'm about to close it up and put the bias piece around the end, and it needs to be pressed. So yes, that's what I'm working on. And so to get the hat very stiff at the top, so to stop caving in, I used some cardboard. I used cardboard because I wanted it to be stiff, you know, because a lot of the floppy hats, if you're not using it, they kind of cave in. So I didn't want it to, now I done broke the needle. I didn't want it to cave in, so I'm gonna use a larger needle because I'm using I was using a needle for that fabric. So you know when you're sewing spandex type fabric, you use spandex needles. So now I need a more heavy duty needle because I got all this interfacing. So that's what I'm working on. I hope y'all having a good day. So I read my comments, right? And somebody was talking to me. You know, I don't remember verbatim. So I'm just going to try to recite what I remember. I'm not going to remember verbatim what he said. So he said a bedroom is for sleeping. A living room is for sitting. A kitchen is for eating. And he named all these places where I work out of. And he said, don't you got another space that you can use? So I was, you know, I sent him something back, like kind of positive, and said, hey, this is the space I got now. And I'll be, you know, when due time, I'll be moving into a bigger space. But you got to start from somewhere, and you got to be grateful and blessed. So I just started thinking, Bill Gates started his business in a small garage with no money. That's where his business started, in his garage. So it's very shameful that people can be on here just trying to, you know, show their talent. And it could be somebody like them that may want to, you know, be creative and stuff like that. But people focus on the wrong thing. You're focusing on my space, not on my craft. So I want to encourage a lot of people, when y'all get in a grind to go, don't listen to people like that, because you can have $1 million idea and you might have to start on your back porch, but you will listen to somebody like that and wait, and then God will give that same vision that he gave to you, and you'll look up and say, that was my idea, because God delivered it to you, and you listened to the idiots around you and you didn't execute on that. Don't try to fit in with society. Whatever God bless you with, be grateful. Be grateful every day, because there's always somebody in a worse condition than you. So don't let people dictate where you should work at, what you should do. Be proud of what you got, you know. Be proud of what you got. And, you know, everybody beliefs and religions is different, but you will be granted with something even better. And half of the people online that's showing you all this fabulous stuff, it ain't even theirs. They probably rented it. They probably in Airbnb, you know. just to showcase for y'all. Just to showcase for y'all. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful for what I got right here. Grateful and thankful. Like what God blessed me with. And when I move into my house, I'd be grateful and thankful. But at the same time, you know, I was sitting back thinking, you know, a lot of times people get online to brag. And it's like, I never want to do that. You know, when I leave from this space and move into my house, if I'm showing y'all something, it might be something I'm working on or something I'm going to work on in the house. But I don't ever want to do it to be like, oh, look at my house. Look at my car. Look at my this. Look at my that. I'm not that kind of person. So I don't want to get online and showcase, trying to show what I got. You know what I mean? It's more or less showcase what I'm working on, not necessarily what I got. You know what I mean? I don't like doing it. I never used to watch Yo TV Cribs. I never watched that because I didn't care what celebrities had in their house. I don't follow that trend. I didn't care. You know, what they eat don't make me. So I really didn't care. But to anybody that has a vision, that has an idea, that has something that's implanted in your head, don't worry about your surroundings. Don't worry about what you got. I watched a young guy when I was on TikTok. And he was in another country. And he could dance really good. You know, he could dance really, really good. And one thing that impressed me, he was in looked like a back of a house or alley or whatever. He was by a chicken coop and it was really dusty and dirty back there. But he was so happy and proud. And he was doing his thing. He wasn't focusing on his environment. And then years later, I saw him and he was dancing in an executive building where you could tell that he upgraded from him dancing with the chickens to he had people he was teaching dancing to. You see how you elevate? You start from here and you elevate. So don't let somebody online look at your background and shame you where you be embarrassed. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Prime example, look at Carly B. She used to be on Love and Hip Hop, right? Love and Hip Hop, and everybody had all these terrible things to say about her, right? Oh, Carly this, Carly that. And you see Carly elevated, making serious money, making big money moves. She even learning to drive. I watched a video of her. She's learning to drive now. But Carly elevated. When everybody thought she wouldn't make it, she elevated. So for anybody, you believe in you, keep doing your craft. You're going to always get people to try to talk about you. They're going to try to shut you down and stuff like that. And then you're going to get people that love you. They're going to love you. They're going to appreciate you. You know what I mean? So from where I'm at today, I'm proud. This is my second room. And it's a lot of stuff because I do a lot of stuff. And it's, you know, the space is like, I'm running out of space. You know, God, I'm so gifted with different things I can do. Like my reborns is all up here and, you know, the clothes, and it's like the walls is doing this. But at the same time, I'm in process of taking care of everything, paying off everything, getting things in order. So I'm going to progress to the next level. But I'm okay with being right here. And I'm okay with the baby steps that I'm taking to get right there. And when the time comes, oh boy, if you knew the plans that I had going on, you'll be like, wow, very smart girl. But I don't have to display that. And I'm not on here to show everything. You don't gotta show everybody your hand. Like everything you're doing. You don't got to do that. You don't got to do that. But believe in you. You believe in you. And everything else will be great. I'm putting the binder on. But yeah, these hats, I'm really into the hat game. So that's what I'm focusing on at this point. You know, doing other stuff in the process. I'm going to be making some dresses too. But yeah, so yeah, I'm doing a lot of things. But yes, Bill Gates started in his garage. So miss me with that. Don't do that. You know, don't do that. But I'm very grateful and thankful. Thank you, God, for my crowded, little bitty, cluttered space with all this stuff. And I ain't gonna call my stuff shit, because it's like Erykah Badu said, I'm sensitive about my shit. So I'm very grateful and thankful for this space, this tiny space I have. It's people that got little tiny homes and they proud of their little tiny homes, you know. So, and I'm glad that they're proud. So everybody have different levels to where they at in their life. This is my level. You stay on your level, okay? So with that being said, hope y'all having an awesome Sunday. But yeah, I'm doing a big hat. I'm doing a big hat. And I'm gonna perfect this till I get it right. Till I get it right to the way I want it. Because I like my hats to be able to stand up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm behind the scenes working and like, what do I gotta do to get this hat to bend, to stand up, to flex, to, you know, how many layers I need. And it's all trial and error. So that's what I'm working on, the big hat. And when I get it to the where I need it, I already got the dresses made. Like I'll make another dress, but I'll be back with y'all in a little bit. Toodles. They say go big or go home, okay? So if y'all see, I'm making these hats bigger. So I'm troubleshooting behind the scene because I want my hats, when I make them, I want them to be able to, you know what I mean, flex the way that I want them to, and I want them to pretty much stay. So you know how like a lot of the hats that we see, the big hats, they don't have they all kind of be, you know, kind of like this. You know, you could barely see your face or something, okay? So what I am trying to do is keep building to perfect the hat where when I'm wearing it, you know, I can take it and stiffen it, move it, you know, do different things with it. So I have the ability to, you know, stand up on its own where you could still have, you know, be able to see. I personally, with a hat this size, to try to drive, I wouldn't drive with these hats on. And I put it in the car and get to where I'm going, and then put the hat on, because it is blocking. Like if I'm driving, I can't see all the way. It blocks your view. So I will have to, you know, you keep that in mind. You keep that in mind. So I'm working on these hats. It's like go big or go home, because at the end goal, once I get it perfected, I can't even talk, to the way that I want it. I want that big white one that Portia had on. So how I accommodated this so far, I cut the hat like how you would do any other hat, but what I wind up doing is I use cardboard. Okay, so the top, I got cardboard around the top, and I got cardboard around the sides, because to give it where it can sit on your head and not necessarily cave in. And then what I did is I probably got layers and layers of interfacing. I put interfacing in here, okay? And I did a boning. I did a boning here, a boning there, so that when I flex it, you know what I mean? So you see I can wear it different ways, but, you know, it'll be able to stay kind of, because I love the big hat, but it's like they just everybody that I see with them on, they flop in their face, and it's like, oh gosh, or they gotta hold it up like this, you know. So I'm trying to perfect it, and once I get it all the way perfected to the way that I would think would be the most best way, then I bring y'all on board, because this is trial and error. So y'all know I'm testing things out. So I don't want to be doing all this testing and got y'all going through it. And this is not the final, because this one is, because of the size cardboard that I use, it's a little heavier than what I would want it to be. So instead of using cardboard from boxes, I want to recycle cardboard from shoes, which is more thinner than this, because I can feel the weight in this hat. You know what I mean? I can feel the weight from, you know, from the box, you know, from that. And then I got 3 layers of interfacing. So I have interfacing on one piece of the hat 2 times, and then on the other piece that sandwich it 1 time. Okay, so that's how I wind up accommodating that. But it's gonna be go big or go home. So I'm into the big hats. And that's what I'm working on. And y'all remember the other one I did. Let me go. No, I don't even feel like going to get it. Look at the video. So I did the little cousin to this, but I was trying to create the big one. So if y'all follow me last year, I did a bunch of African dresses, and they all this particular print. So at a later date, when I get a chance, I'm going to put on one of the dresses and some makeup and stuff like that so I can feel cute. But I just wanted to kind of show y'all and kind of tell y'all what's going on and how I created this. And this is not the final. This is still in the trial period. So, but how I treat, I hate when I get tongue-tied. How I achieve this, I use cardboard. So you make the hat the same way that you will make any other hat, but around the base, you cut out a piece of cardboard. Going around here, you cut out a piece of cardboard. I used the rest of that heavy duty Gorilla Glue just to get rid of it because it's going to dry out. And I glued it to the top. I glued it to the sides. And then we, of course, put the lining in there. So that's what I did. So that's what gives it the stand up like this. And then what I did is I took boning, and on here, boning, boom. And then on here, boning, boom. So that's why, like certain ways I flex it, it has the ability to flex like that. Because I put the boning. So that boning is helping it to do that. So when you put the boning, make sure you sew the boning right, because if you sew the boning the opposite way, the boning is going to make it lay down. So to make it do this, sew the boning like that, okay? So when you're doing the boning, just look how the boning is going, how it be on the circle. You take it and you sew it that way because it'll give you the, you know, the ability of what you needed to do, okay? What you needed to do. So go big or go home. These are the big hats, and it's not 100% perfected on how I want it, but like I said, I don't want my hat to fall. So if you see, I want to be able to flex it, and I want it to be able to stand up, because you see a lot of girls with the big hats, they got to pretty much, when they take pictures, they got to hold it, they got to do that. So what I'm trying to do is perfect it where I don't want to hold my hat. I want to be able to style it, and you're going to take a nice photo, and whichever way you put it, you should be able to show your face without have to do this. So, okay, so go big or go home, big hats. And I want you guys to have an awesome day. But this is how I created that hat. It's not 100% perfected, because this one, due to the cardboard that I use, it is kind of heavy, you know. So I'm gonna keep perfecting it. So the next thing, I said, instead of using the cardboard from the Amazon boxes, I'm gonna use cardboard from like a pair of Jordans, because you know that cardboard is really thin, or use the paper out of the dollar store. So I'm gonna go thinner with paper than heavier, because I can feel the weight of this hat. Okay, all right, thanks for watching. Toodles.